Hey y'all, my name is Caitlin and I'm a wife, homemaker, and certified nutritional therapy practitioner. And today I'm going to be pressure canning kidney beans. And I enjoy pressure canning because it's a skill of self-sufficiency and it also helps me put healthy food on my table. So let's get started. So the first step to take is you want to soak your beans for at least 8 hours. And these right here, they've been soaking for about 12 to 13. I put them in about 7 o'clock last evening with a little bit of apple cider vinegar because you want an acidic medium. And I'll explain that in just a little bit. So you have to soak most plant foods in order to absorb all the nutrients from them. There are things on them called phytates, which are defense mechanisms for the plant. And they bind to minerals in them, which is great when the plants are trying to survive out in the wild, but they're actually bad for our digestion. So if you don't soak them, the phytates, they will just pass through in your system and bind to the minerals, and we don't actually get to absorb them, and it can cause a lot of digestive issues, which is why a lot of people have, gas and bloating when they eat foods like beans or grains. So what the soaking does, especially with an acidic medium, is it increases phytase activation, which is the enzyme that we need to break down phytic acid. So it just neutralizes the phytic acid, and it helps us to be able to better absorb the minerals. So that's why I soak them. So I'm going to drain these beans and put in fresh water, and then we're going to boil them. So I just put fresh water in here, and we're going to boil them for about 30 minutes. And while the beans are cooking, I do want to sterilize my jars, which just requires putting your jars in boiling water for 10 minutes. So I'm going to fill up this really big stock pot and boil it, and then sterilize my jars, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So water's boiling, and some more beans, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is take each one of these jars and put them in the boiling water. I'll put as many as I can fit right now. I'm not sure how many jars total I'm going to use, so I'm just going to do 8 just in case. I'm going to put them in there, and I'm going to let them boil for 10 minutes, and they will be sterilized. So I'm going to let these boil for 10 minutes, and I'll be back. So these have been boiling for a little over 10 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and take them out and set them on a towel so that they can dry. So I went ahead and turned the beans off, and what I'm going to do is ladle them into these jars and leave about 1 inch of headspace. And then you just want to use the remaining water, or you can use boiled water just to finish filling up the jars and leaving that 1 inch headspace. And then I don't sterilize the lids, I just wipe them off with white vinegar. So I'm just going to wipe off the insides of them. And I'm also going to wipe off the rims of the jars with white vinegar as well. And then I'm going to screw all these lids on until they're fingertip tight. And then you're going to want to fill your pressure canner up with just about 2 to 3 inches of water. You don't really need that much, so I'm going to go ahead and fill it up. For reference, if you can see the jars in here, I've got one more to put in, but it's not very far up, so that's about how much you need. So now what we're going to do is, this is the part where people tend to get a little bit scared, but there's no need to be scared. You're just going to put the lid on here, make sure it's sealed all the way, and I'll show you what the next steps are. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to give me a like and a subscribe so you don't miss out on any new content. So what we're going to do is I've turned the burner on, and if you'll see these things right here, mine came with 2 of them, some only have 1, but this one on the back have the vent off, and so once it starts boiling, it's going to steam, and we're going to let it steam for 10 minutes, and then we'll put the vent back on. Okay, so this right here is now venting, if you can see the steam, so we're going to let that go for 10 minutes. Okay, it's been 10 minutes, so I'm going to very carefully put the vent back on. And now the pressure is going to slowly start to go up. We want it to be at 10 pounds based on my altitude, and we want it to stay there, so I just have to keep an eye on it, and we're going to process it for 75 minutes. So my pressure is getting to be right at 10 pounds. I'll just keep an eye on it. If it keeps going too high, I'll turn the heat down, and vice versa if it gets too low. So I'm going to go ahead and set my timer. Okay, it's been 75 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and turn this off and let the pressure go down to 0. Okay, so the pressure's been at 0 for a little over 2 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and take the lid off. And this is what they look like afterwards, and we're going to wait about 10 minutes and then we'll take them out. So I'm going to go ahead and take them out, and 3 of them have already popped to let me know that they've sealed, so it's a really good sign. So I'm going to go ahead and take these out. And that's all. And when I go to store them, I will take the ring off of them on the outside, just because it can be deceptive if there is any bacteria. You want to be able to identify it quickly, and that's easier to do if it just has the lid on it, because the top lid, that is what seals it. The ring is just holding it in place. So if you're looking for more homesteading content and nutrition advice, make sure to give me a subscribe. And if you're looking for personalized one-on-one support on your health journey, click the link in the description to book your free discovery call today. Thank you. Have a great day.